Hi guys, from PABrewNews. We're just doing a live little thing. Didn't really tell anybody about it, just doing it. Hanging out at my in-laws' house tonight, all by myself. That's cool. So we got some beer here. Got it from Eric Bomey. Got the package in today, I think it was. But what we're gonna do now is some Oskar Blues. They're 1050 Imperial Stout. I've never had this, and he sent me two different cans. He sent me a fresh 2015, I think July or August or something like that. And then he sent me a aged can. Excuse me, aged one's over here. The aged version of this from September 30th, 2013. So there you go. So 2015, 2013. There you go. So I'm gonna get these things cracked open and poured. I only have one. I have a less amazing glass for this, but very dark. I can see through it as it pours, but it's still very dark. Now, fresh one. Krakow. All right. There you go. And it looks pretty much accurate as far as I can see on the screen there. It's just very dark, cocoa colored head. Not the darkest head I've seen in the world, but definitely not the whitest. That's a pretty dark head. I mean, it's lighter. There we go. It's more about in that area, that shade. So right here it gets a little bit too Guinnessy looking. So it's not. It's actually a little bit more on the darker side of a cocoa colored head. Ooh. Try to get the old sniffer working. See what we can get from aromas. Okay, it took me a while to get it, but the more I was breathing it, then the char, roast, dark chocolate, a little bit of fruit in there. A little bit of raisin in there mixed with a dark char, coffee, espresso. Definitely dark chocolate. A little sweet, a little bit of almost a lactose sweetness in there too, so that milk chocolate note. Very nice. Should I get a taste? Okay, taste it. There's a floral earthiness in there too, coming from the hop, mixing with that earthy char. That's nice. That is some smooth drinking. Espresso coffee, definitely espresso, dark roast coffee. Then you're getting that milk baker's chocolate. But there is some nice dark chocolate and fruit kind of mixing together. A little bit of that. Mixing in with that floral herbal earthy hop. So it's a little full mouthfeel. Full mouthfeel, absolutely. Medium, I'll say go. Medium full mouthfeel. Pretty good mouthfeel. It's a bit thin. There you go. That's quite nice. That's quite nice. I enjoy that. Bitey, a little bit of bitiness, that char, that astringent note from the roasted grains, and that little bit of earthy hop in there too. It's definitely lingering. You do have a lingering astringent char and then a coffee bitterness and stuff like that. So it's definitely a sipper. It's going to linger a little bit more bitey. It's not as sweet and smooth as some beers are. That's definitely nice. I give that a 9 all day long. 1050. That's a beautiful beer. This is the fresh one. Ew, look, a booger. Look at that. There's a booger hanging out of my glass. Ew, that's interesting. I've never had a thick booger come out of my beer before. That looks like caramel. Ew. I mean, I know it came out of a sterile glass or can and everything, but ew. There you go. shake it up a little bit, maybe. I don't know. Here, excuse me. Here is the age version, 2 years age. You're definitely having sheets of alcohol legs as I swirl the glass. There's a pepperiness coming out. This peppery floral note coming out here of the alcohols, phenolic alcohols, and then it's bringing a lot of fruit with it. Yeah, bringing a lot more raisin than this one actually had. Yeah. Wow. Wow, there's a lot more fruit in this one. A lot more. It's definitely changed. Little hints of caramel in there too coming out. Not just roast coffee, chocolate, roast coffee, chocolate. This one has a lot of more cherries, slight cherry, raisin, a little bit of that caramel stew. But then you do get a little bit more of the roast, a little bit more of the coffee. The coffee's not so bold in this one as the others, but you still get a little bit of that tannic note from the astringent roasted notes. You get the coffee. Chocolate's not as bold either, but all those aspects are being played into with all that dark fruit. So that's really nice. Wow. It almost tastes like a really refined Scotch ale mixed with an imperial stout. There's a lot of fruit character coming out on this. It's fruity. Well, that's interesting. They're almost polarizing because they're like two different beers almost, because the age has just made this such a dark fruit kind of a bomb, and this one is just so big, bold, char, earthy. You know what I mean? So age has definitely changed these these beers. So definitely, if you think 1050 is just a little too stringent, a little too charry, a little bit too bitey, let this thing age, and the fruits will come out and it'll smooth out and just become amazing. Both in both aspects. The 10.5 alcohol by volume is very well hidden either way, aged or fresh. So that is definitely something to be said about this beer. It is very well made, and it's not blowing my doors off. I know there's a lot of hype around this beer, and it's a really good beer. And I will give a solid 9 to both of these beers, and a little bit higher, but I don't know if they're 9.5s for me. But the aged variant and the fresh are both fantastic. Thank you, Eric, for sending me these, and I'll catch you guys later on another beer review. Sure, no one's watching, and that's fine. Who cares? This has been Paul from PABrewNews. Cheers. I'll be back later because I have more beers to drink, and I'll be online tonight, so probably invite people and talk and drink. And really white face with this light. Oh well. Cheers.